Hello, everyone in Facebook land. Hopefully you will join me in a few minutes. I'm always trying to make sure I really am live. I am. So we'll just wait for a few people to jump on here. If you are on, say hello or give me a heart or a thumbs up or whatever. Ooh, Bonnie's on. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Carol. How are you guys? Kristen, so excited to be here. Sorry I missed last week. Life gets in the way sometimes. But I'm very happy to be back and stamping with you guys today. I have some really fun things to share with you, so I hope you're ready to see them. Hello, Lisa. How are you? So, yes, I was gone last week for a funeral. It wasn't very exciting because funerals aren't that exciting. It was nice to see my cousins because I don't see them very often. Unfortunately, we joke that the only time we see each other is at funerals, which isn't really funny, but it seems to be true. And they only live in Denver, which is about 8 hours from me, which of course is not only, I mean, driving for 8 hours, that's a long way. Hello, Barb, in a hotel in Laramie. Oh, Winter State for Tom. Go, Tom. Everybody give Tom some good vibes. He's in his very last USA swimming meet this weekend. He's a senior in high school, and he just got done with their high school swim season, and now he's doing his USA swimming, and this will be his last USA state meet. And then I do believe he's going on to a zones trip this summer. So yay, Tom. Go, Tom. Swim fast. Okay. What else do we have going on? Oh, yeah, I was at a funeral. That was super exciting. I found out something really ridiculous. Well, maybe it's not ridiculous, but it was ridiculous to me at the moment when I found it out because I was just like, what? Why? My mother passed away recently, as you guys all know. She was cremated. She wanted her ashes buried between her parents, who are buried in a cemetery in Denver, Colorado, right next to each other. So that happens to be the same cemetery that my cousin is also going to be buried in. So my brother and I decided we would visit the cemetery, ask some questions about what the process is. What do we have to do to get this done? I had called a couple months ago and asked, and they just said, you know, we have to, of course, dig a hole. The urn that the ashes are in has to be enclosed in some fancy case, box, whatever. And I was told that digging the hole was $800. The case was $1,200. And I thought that was it. Fine. So we go in there. Not only is that not it, we have to purchase some kind of a marker, and the cheapest one they have is $1,325. And not that my mom is not worth every penny of that. That's not what I'm saying, because she's worth way more than that. But I was just a little shocked because, you know, I was planning on a couple $1,000s, and now it's just, you know, the price is jacking up a little bit more. So then in the course of all that, then we find out that the plot that my grandparents are buried in, okay, they owned the plot. Their 3 children also own the plot. They have all passed away. All of their children also own the plot, which is my brother and myself, my 3 cousins in New York. One of them has passed away. My 8 cousins in Denver. One of them recently passed away. So there are 11 of us left. We all we're legal heirs to this plot. And so in order for us to have my mother buried between her parents, all of us cousins have to fill out paperwork claiming ownership of this plot. And I'm not quite sure, once we claim ownership, I don't really understand it, but that was kind of a wrench thrown into our plan. I didn't plan on spending time while I was supposed to be at my cousin's funeral, dinking around with funeral plot ownership rights so I could have my dear mother buried between her parents. Anyway, we're going to get it all straightened out. It's going to be fine. But yeah, so that was interesting. I had no idea that that was the case. Blah, blah. Nobody probably cares, but maybe you're in the same boat, so who knows. So hello, Debbie. Hello, Kathy. Great to see you guys. I'm so excited that you're here. Okay, so I did want to talk. Let's see. We just had some new celebration things released Tuesday. Very exciting. We have 3 stamp sets and 2 packages of designer series paper that I will show you here in a moment. I don't have all the stamp sets. I'm waiting on an order, and it's supposed to be here. And oh, I don't hate my UPS guy. He's awesome. I just hate that my UPS is delivered so late in the day. I don't get my UPS till like 7 o'clock at night. So my fingers are crossed that the stuff's going to show up while I'm live, and I begged my dear son to bring it down here to me if he does, because there's some brand new products in there that nobody's seen yet. I'm so excited. Anywho, Okay, so we have some new products coming or that have already been released. I'm very sad to say that the Golden Honey Designer Series paper is sold out. It's all gone. So if you were having your heart set on ordering something and getting that paper, it's a no-go. But thankfully, we have 2 more fabulous packages of paper that you can get for your orders right now. But honestly, I feel like they're going to sell out also. So if you are a person who is wanting these papers, I highly, highly, highly recommend placing your orders now, early in the month, if at all possible, because I have a feeling those papers are going to sell out. Oh, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is one of my dear customers who lives here with me in Sheridan, along with Carol, who's in Laramie at a swim meet. Melissa is in Orlando at a business function, and so she's watching us too. Yay. How exciting. So anyway, we have the new stuff, and I think it's going to sell out. It's a secret. No, it's not really a secret. I mean, it probably is. Anywho, we also have, of course, our starter kit going on. If any of you guys are placing some large orders and you would like to be a demonstrator, I highly recommend it. You get a great discount. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to, except buy from yourself. And when you do sign up, you get this fabulous tiny little paper cutter, which is amazing. It's always on my desk, and I use it all the time. You get this package of Designer Series paper, a sampler of our patterns in the Occasions catalog, and some from Celebration. You get a stamp set of your choice, any price. This is the one I recommend. It's called Well Said. It's 45 bucks. Your starter kit is only $99. That includes a $45 stamp set, an $11.50 pack of paper, and I would guess this trimmer is about 16, 17 bucks. So right then and there is an amazing deal. Plus you get to choose $125 of product of your choice, anything you want in that kit, plus these items, $99. I would love to have you join my team. I am starting monthly meetings this month. I'm having my first team meeting in probably 12 years. I can't even believe I'm saying that because I feel really guilty about not having a team meeting, but I'm having one. It's coming up this month. So you girls get ready. It's going to be exciting if you're on my team. It'll be a Facebook Live event also, as well as a live event in my home. So I'm super excited about that. So anyway, if you want to join Stampin' Up, I would love to have you. You will not regret it. It is the most amazing thing in the world. And the price is right. So that being said, let's move on. I wanted to announce the winner of last week's little giveaway, because as you guys know, if you share this video with on your own timeline, if you comment, ask me questions, interact with me, I love that so much. So thank you guys. And then I like to give out a little prize. I think it's a pretty good deal. I give away one of my online classes, and I work really hard on those classes. They literally take me hours and hours and hours to put together. I come up with a bunch of cards. In this case, I'm doing the Bonanza Buddies in March, and I've got 9 cards, 2 treat holders. I've got a video for every project. I've got written directions for every project. I've got pictures for every project. I've also got a bunch more samples at the end of the document to give you more inspiration, and I charge $25 for that with the extra little goodies in there. So $35 if you want the kit to go with it, and $93 if you want to purchase the bundle of products, which is the stamp set, dies, the corrugated folder, crushed curry ribbon, the pom-poms, and the Designer Series paper, and that's $93, and you get the class and the cardstock kit free. So yeah, it's a great deal. Anyway, whoever wins can choose any of my online classes that are $20 or less. So this one would not be included, but $20 or less. You can scroll through my blog and find which one you want. And the winner of this week's giveaway is Wendy Kennedy. So Wendy, message me your choice of online class. Either Facebook message me or email me, barb@barbstamps.com, and I'll get that out to you. So congratulations to Wendy. All right. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I think I'm going to flip the camera around because I do have some more. I still have some sympathy cards to show you, and I have an amazing gift that was gifted to me by somebody I don't even know. And I want to show it to you because it's gorgeous. And then I want to show you the new stuff that's coming out and the papers. Yeah, so let me flip this. Hopefully nobody gets ill. I don't know why anybody would get ill. I guess I don't know. Okay. Anyway, here we are. I'm going to zoom in just a tad. Hopefully that's good. I'm sure one of you will tell me if it's not. So thank you for that. So here are our new celebration choices. we have a pack of Flowering Foils Designer Series paper. And that is right here. And I did use it last time I was live a couple weeks ago on a card. And you guys went goo goo gaga over it because it's gorgeous. So each piece has foil accents. There's 4 different patterns, 3 of each piece. So here's some silver, I guess petals. Here is some rose gold or copper, it could be either, and silver florals. We have this, I call it scritchy scratchy. I guess it could be houndstooth, kind of. It's a little bit more random to be houndstooth, but I call it scritchy scratchy. And then the last one we have is the one that I did use a couple weeks ago. And that's, let's see, I'm trying to find my card. Here we go. So what I did was I just colored this with my Stampin' Blends, my Rich Raspberry and my Calypso Coral and my Granny Apple Green. I just colored the designs on here, fussy cut it out and stuck it on a card. So yeah, I love this card so much, I don't even want to give it away. That's how much I love it, but I'm sure that I will. I do have a few other cards using that paper. Here's another one that I got in a swap where Lynn did the exact same thing, colored in the whole sheet. And then she also used the Tags in Bloom celebration set with our coordinating punch for the sentiment. This one here uses the paper just as it is, not colored. So gorgeous, gorgeous. Another one that is colored. This one uses mint macaron. And this one also has some of that soft seafoam vellum, which is another celebration choice, which I will show you in a moment. We have this one here that has these fun little florals. Same, I just showed you that one. And then this one that uses the Rise and Shine stamp set. This is also a celebration item. And then this little piece here was cropped out with one of our rectangle dies and was used, I think it was a sponge dauber or our sponge brayers that rolled over that little goodie. So that is one of your choices. And again, I really think this paper is going to sell out. So just keep that in mind. And if you're going to be placing orders, and Melissa, since you're watching, you got that in your last order. That should be delivered today. So wahoo. Okay, then we have the Silvery Vellum. This is another one of the papers. And this is 2 sheets of each. The Purple Posy embossed vellum, the Soft Seafoam embossed vellum, and then the Pool Party. And I have a few cards using that. So here's one I just threw together this afternoon on a whim. I sort of get crazy ideas in my head. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. This one I think did work out. So I just cropped a corner out of all the paper. You can see I haven't done anything except that. Cropped a corner out. Die cut it with the Nature's Thoughts dies, which is a celebration coordination item that you can purchase right now. And then I stamped the butterflies in black and placed the vellum on top of them. And so I thought that was kind of fun. Here's another one that I got in a swap where the, what are these? The posies, no, poppies. Good Lord, I can't remember. The poppies, you can see the Purple Posy paper there and the Soft Seafoam. So make a little flower. And then this card here that I got from Jay is just a complete layer over grape, and that just looks really, really pretty. So these are the 2 new papers that we've added to our celebration selection, and like I said, I think they're going to sell out. So if you want it, you can get it. And Melissa, you got this paper too. You're welcome. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, I have one of the stamp sets. The other one I don't have, but I got some swaps. So here is another swap. Here's a swap. This one uses the Tags in Bloom, which of course is in my order that's not here yet. They all do. And you can see the common theme here is this large label punch here that everybody's using because it's so cool. And then I really like this flower image around the top where you can like stamp it, color it in, and then you can stamp your sentiment again and then crop it out with the punch. Because this stamp set coordinates with 2 of our punches, the fancy Label Me Fancy and Label Me Lovely. Then we have a man set called Well Dressed. And here are a few cards that I got in swaps using that. It's definitely the guy set. And you can see that these swaps were paired with the, what is it, the Clubhouse Designer Series paper, the kind of golf paper. And then these 2 did not use that paper, but great cards. So, and then the last card, or the last stamp set is Rise and Shine. And I'm going to use that on a card here in a minute that I did at a class at my house here a couple of days ago. So that is that. Let me grab my amazing gift. I was contacted by a gal named Donna, and she wanted to get my email address, or my mailing address, to send me a card, which I thought was super sweet of her. So I gave it to her, of course, and a few days later in the mail was this gigantic box, and I thought, what the heck? This is what was in the box, you guys. Her name is Donna. I don't know if I want to say her whole name, but Donna G. I've never met her before. I don't know her at all, and she made this for me. Of course, like I said, my mom just passed away recently, and so I could not believe it. I still cannot believe that somebody I don't even know would make this amazing gift and give it to me. So thank you again, Donna. I really appreciate it. It almost makes me cry thinking about how sweet you are to just give me something without even knowing me. And she made me a very nice card using the waterfront stamp set. And I just can't even believe it. So thank you, Donna. It's very appreciated. I very much appreciate that. Ugh, I can't even talk. I'm so verklempt, as they used to say on Saturday Night Live. Okay, so I have just a few more sympathy cards that I want to show you guys. I just got this one in the mail from my good friend Julie. Very pretty, using the Poppies stamps. So, and then we have a gorgeous inside. So thank you, Julie. This one here is from Kathy, one of my Kelly. My friend Kelly is one of her girls on her team. So thank you so much, Kathy. This uses one of those celebration sets from last year, which is gorgeous. I got this one from my dear friend Dina. You guys know who Dina is, and she made me this card, another gorgeous poppy card. This uses our Memories and More cards and envelopes, so the card's a little bit bigger. So yeah, no, Donna is not from Australia, but I do know Donna Gray from Australia, and it's not her. And then I got this little card, which is actually from a paper pumpkin kit, actually a couple years ago, I think. And so I really enjoyed that. So thank you guys all so much for all the love. I appreciate it so much. I got the whole bag here, and I'm going to keep these in my little stash of stuff, because I want to keep looking back at them and just appreciate everyone, how nice everyone has been to me. And I really appreciate that. So now let me share something exciting with you guys. And no, it hasn't arrived at my house yet, darn it. This is an amazing suite of products that is going to be available to customers on April 1st. Demonstrators can order it now in March to prepare for classes and whatnot. But if you sign up to be a demonstrator in March, you can add this stuff to your starter kit. I told you could choose $125, whatever you want. You can choose some of this stuff if you want. And let me just tell you, the pictures I know do not do any of this stuff justice. I cannot wait to get it. Yes, Carol, I will try to do that. I'll put it on my website, or I'll put it here on this Facebook page. Well, I'll try to remember. I'm old and sometimes can't remember, but yes. So we have 2 bundles. So we have the Ornate Thanks bundle, which is this amazing thank you stamp set, and then these border dies. So you can kind of see, I know my printout is horrible, and I apologize. I wish I had my things, but you can see these really cool border dies. I'm so excited to get this. I can't stand myself right now. I'm so excited. Then we have the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. It has gold foil accents on some of the sheets, and look at that, plus a brand new in color. You know, we have our new in colors coming out in June with our new catalog, and I can hardly wait. So one of the colors in this paper is one of our new colors. So that's super exciting. And then another bundle in this suite is called the Ornate Style. And look at all these amazing frames. Look at the detail on those. Can you guys see that? I hope so. Hopefully it's not crappy reception here where I'm at. But, oh, I can't wait. I wish my UPS guy would get here quickly. Anyways, it comes with this gorgeous stamp set, which I am super excited to get. Then we have a really cute little embossing folder called the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder, which is here. We have a ribbon combo pack, old olive and terracotta tile. And then we have something new called Gilded Gems, which I'm kind of excited to see those in real life. So yeah, so the UPS guy should be coming to my house. He should already be here as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, this is going to go live to customers April 1st. If you want to become a demonstrator right now on my team, which I would love for you to do, you can add some of these products in your starter kit. So just message me, barb@barbstamps.com, and I can help you out with that. So yay. Okay, I think I've gotten everything said that I want to say. Oh, just by the way, if you want to subscribe to my newsletter that I send out a couple times a month, in the description of this video, you can find a link to my newsletter, and you can sign up for that. So yay. Okay. first things first, let's do this. So I'm going to be using my Stamparatus. Actually going to, I need a different lid. I like using my Stamparatus. And what I do is when I get a new stamp set, and it has dies with it, I like to use it a lot. And so what I'll do is I'll make a template, which that's another card we're making, so I'm not going to show you that template. But this is my template for this coffee cup. Is that the right way it goes? Yeah. Make sure. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this up in the corner. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to move this. I didn't really want to, but I'm going to. So this is my extra mat for my Stamparatus. And so what I've done is I put this piece of paper in here. I stamped my coffee cup, and then I die cut it very carefully so that all I have to do to use this over and over is I just have to cut out blanks. And so here, I just cut out a bunch of coffee cups. I want to stamp it, so I'm just going to plop it right in there like so. I'm going to ink it up, and since this is a new stamp set to me, I'm using it, and so I just leave this set up just the way it is, so I can keep using it and make more amazing cards with it. So I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to press that down after I close my lid, and then when I release it, ta-da! Look at that, perfectly stamped, adorable little cup. And so I'm going to set that aside because I'm done with that. I also have some of our Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper, which I have talked about in weeks past. This is something you can purchase right now. It's a celebration coordination item, which means that it's available throughout celebration for purchase. It's $11.50, and it coordinates with our Under My Umbrella punch, or actually it's called the Umbrella Builder Punch. The Thoughtful Blooms punch that you can get as a celebration choice, it coordinates with this paper. Our Tulip Builder Punch, it coordinates with. And there's one more. It's the Heart Punch Pack. And where is that? Right here. And it coordinates with the Heart Punch Pack. So, super cute paper. And then, of course, they all have a backside. And the backside to the heart paper is this cute Blushing Bride piece. Or houndstooth. Checkered, whatever you want to call it. So I am trying to use my terrible vision to fold that in half. There we go. And I am going to add this piece of Designer Series paper to the bottom of a piece of Pool Party. So my card base is 8.5 by 5.5. My layer of Pool Party is 4 by 5.25, and this piece of Designer Series paper is 5.25 by, I believe it's 1.5. I'm going to get my ruler out because I can't remember if it's 1.5 or 1.25. It looks like 1.5. Yes, it's 1.5. Okay, so we have that, and that's going to go on to our card. This is actually a very simple card. This was actually one of the cards that I had at my recent card buffet class, which was last Saturday. The first card buffet class I'd had in my house in a long time, since I was just very frazzled with my mother being ill, and I ended up canceling a lot of things, and I didn't want to have to do that. So I just quit holding classes, which was a real bummer because I love having classes. So I'm back and I'm super excited. Okay. All right. We also have some other images out of the stamp set. I'm going to bring the stamp set out so you can see it. Okay. So the stamp set it's one of our reversible stamp sets. So what that means is, well, when I get the cup out here, I can put this cup on either way. So I can have the cup with my handle pointing to the right, or I can have it with my cup, the handle pointing to the left. I just happen to have my cup pointing to the right, but you can flip this stamp upside down and it will stamp with it going the other direction. And so both of these stamps in here, so this stamp on one side of it is a flat side, and the flat side is just a flat solid coffee cup. But I can feel this. Obviously you can't because you're just out. You're not here. You can't tell. So this side has some detail to it. And so the detail does this image here, and then the opposite does that. The little tag can go either way, which is always fun. And then this little flower can either have a little hole in it or not a hole. So either way. So that's what a reversible stamp set is. It means the stamps can actually be peeled off your block and flipped over and used again. And our lasting Lily celebration stamp set is also like that. So in case you were wondering. All right, so I need to stamp my sentiment, and I always forget I need a dark piece of paper behind a sentiment. So I've got the sentiment that says, "Let's hang out soon." And I'm going to ink that up in my cherry cobbler. And I'm going to add it to the edge of this strip. Now the strip is about a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that was good. Okay, so we don't need this stamp anymore. I also have this cute little flower that I'm going to stamp inside my coffee cup in this little hole here. So I've got the side that has the little hole. Not that I need it because I'm going to cover it up, but there we go. Done with that. I think I just got some on my finger. Of course I got some on my finger. Why wouldn't I? Okay. Then I'm going to take this little strip and I'm going to lay it across my card. Right on the seam. So you can see I'm going to kind of put it so it's half on the designer series paper, half on the pool party. And then I can look down in there and I can see that I'm just about right on again. Okay. Let's do that. Then I'm going to end up putting my cup about right here. But before I actually tack it down, I want to stamp the steam that's coming out of the cup. So I'm going to put my cup about like that. So I'm going to lay my stamp, I'm just going to use it as a guide, and then I'm going to remove the cup, and then I'm going to stamp that. So now I need some dimensionals. Put one at the top and one at the bottom of the cup. Peel off the backings. And I know some people, you know what, I've seen people do this. I'm going to try it again. I tried it once before and it did not work for me at all. Where they just poke and peel that off. Yeah, maybe if I practiced it might get a little bit better. We'll see. Okay, so now when I put my cup on, it should be centered and everything with my steam rolling out of it. It's a little crooked. How about that? Is that still crooked? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so there we have all of that. Then I wanted to add a layer on the inside. This is just a layer of Whisper White for the inside. And we will get that in there. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this large flower again. How do I want to do this? I think, so what I've done is I've got my Well Said stamp set here, and I pulled out the Miss and You. I pulled out Miss You, and I'm going to stamp those. I think I want them in Blushing Bride, so let's try that. So here's Miss. And I'm not trying to make it perfect because I don't think I can. So I'm just going to kind of do this. And then I thought I'd just add a little flower in there. So at least, I can write my little note, but it says something kind of fun on the inside as well as the outside. Now the last thing I want to do with this card, and I want to show you a couple more cards that I have using this stamp set. I'm going to bring in my Holiday Basic Rhinestone Jewels. These are still available. They were in the holiday catalog. They did carry over. And you can see we've got like Mango Melody, Cherry Cobbler, Shaded Spruce, Pool Party, and Night of Navy or Blueberry Bushel, whatever you want to call it. Rhinestones. And I'm going to use, excuse me, what are the Cherry Cobbler ones? And I think I want, let's try this one. So I'm going to use my little take your pick tool. Yay! Just look how much cuter that is when you add a rhinestone. Everything is cuter when you add a rhinestone. So there is card number 1. And then I'll show you these other two cards I got in swaps. So here's one that uses both coffee cups, again, having them go, you know, opposite directions. So this is actually the same stamp. This was the one side, and then, oh no, it's not. It's two different stamps. I'm a liar. This is the one I just used, but the thing is going the other direction. So there you go. Okay, then we have some little flourish. We have the coastal weave folder here, and some of the Lily Pad Designer Series paper. And then we have this one that uses that scritchy scratchy foil paper, and this was just rolled over with a sponge brayer, which we're going to do that in a minute on another card to show you how super simple that is. And then the cup was just stamped, the tag, and then the little steam coming out of there. So there are a few cards using the Rise and Shine stamp set. I think it's super cute, and it coordinates with our Cup of Cheer dies, which also carried over from the holiday catalog, and they are item code 151150 in case you wanted to order them. And this is what they do. They have the solid cups, handles pointing either direction. We have this little overlay piece here. This little overlay, definitely not necessarily Christmas. We have the tag, two sizes of tags, a little bow. This coordinates with a stamp that was in the stamp set that we can't get anymore. Then we have the candy cane, but if you flip the candy cane upside down, it could be a straw. So you can have a super cute little straw coming out of your tea or your hot chocolate or whatever you may have. And then we have some little sprigs to go with that. So that is that. And we will now move on as I clean up my mess, because you guys know I hate a mess. So I'm going to bring in my chamois here, clean these off just so they're not messy when I put my stuff away and get ink all over my other stuff. Okay, moving on. We're going to bring the Stamparatus back in. Here we go. And I've also been working on the Bonanza Buddies stamp set because my online class for March is this. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us. And so I've also got a template. See, I've got extra plates. You can buy an extra set of plates. It comes with 2, but you can buy 2 more. So I have 4, which is really helpful when I'm working on different stamp sets and I need to use my Stamparatus. Well, I wouldn't say need. It's just a lot easier for me if I'm working with something to have something or to have it already set up. So that's what I've done. So I'm taking away the cup plate, and now I'm bringing in the little Bonanza Buddies, and you can see I've got my lion's mane and tail, my koala bear, my little lion, the hat, and then on the opposite side I have the toucan. So we're going to stick that plate back in. Turn that around just because that's the way it's supposed to fit. So that's the way I think it should go. Then I'm going to bring in my little template, and I have some Scotch tape here to tape that down. Okay, and we're going to do a little stamping. Oops, my toucan stuck to my snail. Okay, so what do I need? I already forgot what I'm making. Where's my paper? Oh, right, okay. So I am making a little koala card today. So I need to mask off some of these other things so they don't get inky. And I've got my koala, and I have my, of course, so now all I have to do is just crop out a koala out of paper, plop him right down in his little opening there. I'm going to ink him up. And this is some smoky slate. And then I'm just going to flip that, press down, and then we'll have our adorable little friend here. He's so cute. He's so cute that I actually have one of these on my computer because I like looking at him because he's just adorable. Okay. Then we also need his adorable little hat. So I've die cut just a hat, a little party hat. So we're going to plop that in there. And then my little party hat is going to be inked up in Bermuda Bay. So I will just gently tap, tap, tap on my little party hat and get that pressed into place, and then we will have a little party hat there. Okay, so I'm done with the Stamparatus, so I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper in there and get that out of the way, and then we can bring in some more of our pieces. So I have a piece of Grapefruit Grove, which is another one of our colors that's retiring at the end of this year. So we have the Grapefruit Grove, the, what do we have? Call Me Clover, Blueberry Bushel, Pineapple, what the heck is it called? All of a sudden I forgot. I gotta pull my marker out. Pineapple Punch. And the Grapefruit Grove and the Lovely Lipsticks. There's 5. So we're going to get 5 new in colors in June and 5 are retiring. And this is one of those retiring colors. So it happens to be in the Designer Series paper that coordinates with this particular product suite. And so here are some of the papers. So stinking cute. Little ice cream cones, birthday candles, the toucans, and the die will actually cut this little toucan out of this paper. So keep that in mind if you're looking at getting this paper, that you can crop some of these little buddies out of here. I thought there was some koala. Oh, here we go. And you can use, I think we can use the lion dies to cut him out. And then I thought there was a koala. Well, maybe there is not. Anyways, oh wait, there we go. So these little koalas can also be cropped out with the dies. So the paper is a very good thing to have because it coordinates with the dies and the stamps and all that good stuff. So throw that to the side. Okay, so I also have some other pieces that I have die cut. Here's my little cheater sheet. So you can see that the Bonanza dies are item code 151566. And this is what you can crop out. You can crop out the toucan. He's got a stamped image that goes with him. The little party hat has a stamped image. This little guy here can be the top of a party hat or a flame on the candle. And then we have the lion, which you can crop out. Of course, the koala, the little balloons, and then we have these 2 different shapes of banners, which are super, super cute. So you guys, I am so excited about this online class. It's amazing, and I'm so excited. Okay, so we have our koala. I am going to stamp his little face. So I've got some basic gray, and then I have his little face image here. And oh, I don't know. I hope I can do this without getting my head into the screen. We'll see. Ooh, got him. Okay. So there's his little face. Now he looks complete, right? Then I have my Grapefruit Grove, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping with my little it's like a firework. This could be the candle, like I said. This could be the top of the party hat. You can do whatever. I'm just using it as a little background image. And so I'm just going to kind of stamp a few of these little guys just kind of randomly down, kind of diagonally from the top left down to the bottom right corner. And then after we get everything together, we'll see if we need to add some more, which we may not. We don't know. Okay. I'm going to set that aside, and then I also wanted to add my little banners to the top here somehow or another, and I think I'm going to have them both come in from the same direction. So I'm going to bring in some liquid glue and just add a little bit of liquid glue to the banners, and then we're just going to kind of see, let's see that. And over to that. And then this little guy, we're going to do the same thing. Shouldn't have put my lid back on the glue because I need it again. Okay, there. And then this one, I'm going to set on, so it's just a little bit different angle. And since it's paper, I can kind of manipulate it to fold a little bit differently. Okay, then I have a piece. Well, here's all my balloons. Don't lose your balloons. Don't lose your party hat. It's a spare party hat in case I screwed that up, which I didn't, so yay me. This piece, what does this measure? This is like 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this needs to be almost 2, and did I get it right? Oh, I think I did. I don't need to cut it. Nope, it's good. Okay. I thought when I was putting this whole thing together, I thought, oh, I need to remember to cut that, but I don't. All right. So I'm going to add these 2 pieces together, the white and the Bermuda Bay. So they're the same length. They're both 4 1/4 inches long. The white is 1 3/4, and then the Bermuda Bay is about 1 7/8. So just a tiny bit of the Bermuda Bay is going to show. Okay. That might be a little bit long, but that's okay. And then I have a 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch piece of the this pattern of the paper. And I'm going to add that to the corner, or to the end, not the corner. I don't know where some of these random thoughts just roll out of my mouth and they don't even make any sense. So please pay no attention to me. Okay, then I'm going to add this down here. So you can see, if I want to add this about right here, then I'm going to need to add another one of these little doohickeys, maybe about like that. Yep. And I think I'm also going to maybe stamp one right there. So it's just a little higher, so I can just barely see a little bit more of that. And then I might actually do one there so I can see that. All right, so I'm going to glue this down now. Boy, I don't think I've screwed, oh, I'm going to say this and I'm going to screw up a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't think I've screwed anything up yet. So this might not be a class where you're going to actually learn anything, you know, because normally Barb screws stuff up and then she has to show you how to fix the mistake. But, well, I still have another card to make, so let's just not say it, because it's probably going to happen now. Okay, and I want to make sure that this is about the same spot on the front of the card. Okay, and as you can see, I do have some hangy over the edge, and I'm just going to snip that right off with some scissors. Okay, so then my little koala friend, here he is going to stand about right here with his adorable little party hat. Oh, so cute. And I need to stamp a sentiment, so I am going to ink up my little happy birthday sentiment. This does come in the stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that about right here, I think. Okay. Then I have some balloon strings. And we're going to use black to stamp some balloon strings. And so if my little friend is here with his little party hat, his balloons are going to be about like this. Oh, whew, that was close. I almost messed that up. And then I was sitting here thinking to myself, how in the world would I fix that? I'm sure I would have figured it out, but I'd rather not have to. Okay, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue to the bottom of his hat. And then we will put his little hat on, his little head. So stinking cute. Okay, and then he's going to be about like that. So then I need to put his balloons. Add his balloons. So we're going to add, let's see, this is the Grapefruit Grove balloon. And we will set that one about like so. We will set, I cut one out of Coastal Cabana because it's close to the Bermuda Bay. So we will put the Coastal Cabana one right there. And then I think I'm going to pop this other one up with a little dimensional. Ooh, do I hear my son coming down with UPS?
Hello?
I'm Facebook Live right now. That was my husband. He apparently forgot that I was Facebook Live, and so he's wondering where the food is. Well, guess what? The food's going to have to wait. Okay, so now we are going to do that. Add him. I think we'll go with two more little guys. So apparently that wasn't the UPS guy. That was my husband hollering at me. He should know better. It's Thursday night, for heaven's sakes. That's Facebook Live. Oh my gosh. This card is so cute. Okay, so we have our little balloons on. We have our little koala friend on there. Now we're going to bring in these assorted pom-poms, which are so cute. And we're going to add one too. So I think we're going to use the Grapefruit Grove, clearly, because I think that would be the cutest one right there on the top of his little hat. And so you could use a glue dot or some liquid glue. I'm going to go with some liquid glue and see how it works. All right, so that's going to go like that. And if I just be careful and let it just dry by itself, it should work out. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Can we just have a moment for its cuteness? Okay. This card is not in my online class. And the reason it's not in my online class is because I just showed you it and I showed you how to make it. All the cards in my online class are exclusive to the class. I don't share them anywhere else. So this is a freebie for you. And then I will have another super cute card that will kick off my online class release that I'm hoping to get done by the end of this week, which would then be tomorrow. So I guess I need to get on it. It's going to be a really fun kind of spinner card. So stay tuned for that because those are super cute and they're actually super easy to make. And of course, I'll have a video showing you how to do it. So let me clean these off and then we will get our last project out here. Oh, but I do have a couple other cards, again, that are not in the online class that I want to show you. Ooh, and let me just show you this too. This is the same card, basically. I did this for a swap, and a lot of times when you do a swap card, you need to do it a little bit quicker. You have less things on the swap card. So this is like the maybe beginner stamper could make a card like this, and then this would be like your avid crafter here that's like really wants to go for it, and so that's me. So I really went for it. Okay, so here are a couple more cards using these adorable little animals. So this one, I think this is supposed to, I got it in a swap. I think it's supposed to go like that. So it tucks in behind the little circles there. And you can see the Winkestella on those balloons and our cute little toucan. And so that's kind of a fun fold card. Here's another fun fold using the tag that actually comes in the die set. So here's the tag. We've got our two little friends here with some balloons. And then this is a little bit of a fun fold also. And then we have this one here that uses a bunch of the designer series paper pieces, just like 1 inch by 4 inch strips or 1 inch by 3 inch strips. And then you just line those up. And again, the cute little tag, a little heart that comes off of the dog punch. It's from the dog punch. And then our little friend right here. So there are a couple more cards. Let me put this one aside so I can show them all to you when we are done. And then I am going to get the supplies for my next card out. And I'm going to keep these little guys because I may need to use those in my online class. Okay, oops, I forgot to clean this off. So our last card is going to use that amazing foil paper that I showed you guys earlier. That's a celebration reward right now. That I do think is going to sell out. So keep that in mind and order early so that you're not disappointed. I hate it when things sell out, but I mean, it is what it is. And things sell out because they're super popular. So that's just the way it is. Okay, so I need a piece of scrap paper. I am going to be using the Stitched So Sweetly dies and the So Sentimental stamp set. They are also sold as a bundle, so you can save 10%. And I have die cut all the pieces out of this die set so you can sort of see a real visual of what you get in here. So you get 6 rectangles, different sizes. They're all scalloped and they're all stitched. So we have 6 different sizes of rectangles. And then we have these 4 other pieces. I don't know what you call these, just labels, I guess. They all have stitching around them. These two, of course, you could layer together. I think you could layer these two also, and they would look just fine. Of course, the rectangles can layer onto each other. So yeah, just a really nice set. I've actually sold quite a few of these without the stamps, which I totally get, not getting the stamps. The dies are really amazing, and you could fit lots of different sentiments on these dies. You wouldn't need the stamp set that coordinates with it, but of course, if you do get it, you do save 10%. So there you go. Okay, so we are going to be using a piece of that gorgeous paper. So there's my pieces of paper. We're also going to bring in the Noble Rhinestone or Noble Peacock Rhinestones. Here's my stamp, my sentiment piece. I've also got some Blueberry Bushel 1/8 inch ribbon. Now again, this is going to be retiring because it's Blueberry Bushel. So everything Blueberry Bushel, Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch, Lovely Lipstick, and Call Me Clover, everything with those colors is going to be retiring. So if you have ink pads, I highly recommend getting your refills. Get them now before some of them sell out because it seems like there's always one color that sells out. Stock up on your cardstock. If you need some cardstock, we've got the ribbons, we've got some designer series paper, and then there are some embellishments in the back. I think they're buttons that also go in that. So just keep that in mind. I don't want anyone to be sad. So I'm trying to forewarn you that if you have those colors, now's the time to stock up on your stuff. Okay. Ew. What's that? That looks like a mess waiting to happen right there. Okay. I'm getting a wipe. this is what happens when I probably put a stamp back in there and got ink on it. So that would definitely end up on Barb's hands, and then it would definitely end up on Barb's project. So I'm glad I caught that. Okay, got that cleaned off. My card base, thick Whisper White. Anytime I use white, I always want to use thick for a card base. Pam says, I bought the dies without the stamp set, then I regretted it. Now I have to order the stamp set. And then, of course, you lose the 10%. So it's like $5, which, I mean, isn't a whole lot of money. But, you know, $5 would buy you a bottle of glue, which we all need. So, yeah, I do like to buy the dies and the stamps at the same time, too, Pam. I totally get it. Oh, then I have a piece of that foil paper. This measures 3 3/4 by 5. My layer of Blueberry Bushel is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have a die cut Highland Heather label and a Whisper White label. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is make some room, because I think you guys need to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to look in my iPad here in a second as I'm getting this stuff ready, just to make sure. So I'm going to be using the colors Balmy Blue, the Blueberry Bushel, and Highland Heather. And I think we can move it up just a tad. Okay. And then I have my sponge brayers. Here are some sponge brayers. These are sold in the catalog. They come with a handle and I think 3 refills. And so I have some extra handles and the extra foam rollers. And so for this particular project, I've got 3 different ones. You could easily just use the lightest one first, then clean it off on your paper, go into the next darkest color, clean it off when you're done, and go into the next color. And then what I'll do with these when I'm done is I'll take them to my sink and I'll just squeeze all the ink out of them and let them dry, and they'll be ready to use on something else, another color. You can, if you have enough of these things, oh, I just hit the camera, sorry. You could just like dedicate, this could be, you know, like blue, and this one could be purple, and then you could have one that's green and one that's pink and one that's yellow. I don't find that's necessary, so I don't do that. It's probably because who knows why, but I just don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the paper and we're going to take the ink pad. This is the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to ink up my roller, and you'll see that I am actually rolling it across my pad, picking it up and rolling it again. Okay. You do not want to do this. All you're going to get is about half of your roller with ink. And then when you start to put it on your project, it's going to look terrible. You want full revolutions onto the ink pad. Okay. Going back and forth, or going completely over. Now, I'm going to do this on the diagonal. So this section is going to be Balmy Blue, then the Blueberry Bushel in the middle, and then the Highland Heather. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm not just going to kind of go back and forth. I'm going to have full, complete strokes because I want to get as much of the ink off of my roller as I can. Okay. So you can see how well that's working. And where the foil pieces are, the foil parts, it's going to resist the ink. Okay. Ink on the foil pieces, the ink is only going to be on the white. Now I could roll that through again and do some more inking, but I think that looks good. So I'm going to bring in my NYX color. Again, same thing, complete revolutions, pick it up to the end of the pad, pick it up and bring it back to the beginning so that you're getting the entire thing with ink. Now I might have too much, so I'm going to take some of it off. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of roll across the middle. So I'm rolling across the middle, and I'm also kind of rolling it into the Balmy Blue that I just had, because I want to kind of blend those together, and I'm actually going to go over it so it'll actually blend really nicely. Okay. I just love doing this. It's so fun. And these foil papers are so cool. They're just so much fun. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my Highland Heather. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink that up the same way. You'll definitely thank me for that tip. Okay. Let's see how much is on there. I think we're good. Again, here we go. Across the paper. And you want to get into the Blueberry Bushel. You want to get those kind of blended together. I think I need a little bit more. This isn't as dark as I would like. So I think that looks pretty good. You can kind of see where I've got another kind of color there. If I want, I can just roll right over this again through the center and actually get it a little more purpley than blue. So that just gives me a whole new color. Okay, so that's what we have. Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to close these up, because if I don't, then I'm going to make a mess, and I'm going to put my little rollers back in the jar so that they don't end up making a mess either, because Barb can be, well, we've seen it, Barb can be messy. And I do have a little bit of ink on my hand. Or then maybe that's ink from earlier. Who knows? I've been getting inky all day. Oh, hello, Brina. How are you? Brina is joining us. Nice to see you. Okay, so we've got that piece done. Now I'm just going to do something super simple and just glue it to the next layer. All right, so I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and I'm just going to add some liquid glue around this edge. I think my glue is either clogged or I needed to put it back in my little holder that another wonderful person gave me, Wendy Winter. I met her at an onstage event, a Stampin' Up! Event here a couple years ago, and she made this for me. Isn't that cool? And then I also had another lady who I didn't know. I think her name was Evelyn McMahon. Evelyn mailed me this. Same kind of thing. So I have two glue holders down here, which is really nice. Okay. And so what they do is they just stand, your glue just stands in them and keeps the glue to the tip, which I love. Okay. Next, I have this fun little piece here. And I'm going to punch holes in it. Now, I don't think Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these hole punches anymore. But I'm going to use it. It's an 1/8 inch hole punch. You can probably get it anywhere. You can even probably get it at an office supply store, for heaven's sakes. But Stampin' Up! Used to sell them, and I have a couple of these laying around. So, and that's pretty close to the center. Not exact, but I'll get over it. Okay, so now I'm going to use this blueberry bushel ribbon. I actually have a bag of ribbon scraps, and the Greek Isles cruise last year, all of the pillow gifts were wrapped in bags and this blueberry bushel ribbon. So I have a lot of scraps that I can choose from. So I'm just going to grab a scrap out of here, and we're going to use a scrap. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to thread this through the hole. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to lay it on here. So I'm going to add some glue to the back of my tag. Ooh, hold on. I got to put this through too. I almost screwed up. See? Oh, how would I have fixed that? Well, I would have been able to fix it, I think. So I want both of my pieces in there to start. And then I'm going to put my tag about like this. Okay. So we'll press that down. Then I'm going to get my friend's Scotch tape out, and I'm going to bring these ends kind of in the shape of a V, and then I'm going to go to the back side and use my Scotch tape and get those down. Then I'm going to come back to this side and do the same thing. About like so. I'm trying to get them so they're apart, and they're not wanting to cooperate with me. Stop it right now. Okay. And I'm going to tack those down. I don't think I need this excess ribbon, so I'm just going to get rid of it. There. Okay, how does that look? I think that's just peachy keen fine. Okay, so then I have my little sentiment piece here. So I'm going to put a sentiment on there, and I'm going to put it in blueberry bushel. And my sentiment says, I can't thank you enough. And so this particular die was designed to work with this. So let's see how good I can be. Oh, you know what? I might need a darker piece of cardstock. I find that if I have white on white, my old eyes can't tell where I'm stamping it. So, okay. I was able to do it earlier. Let's see if I can do it again. Whew, I think I did. Did I get it? Yeah. Dang, these eyeballs of mine are just not that great. Okay, I need some dimensionals. I need just a couple. So I'll put a dimensional. Well, I was going to stick it on my purple layer, but I changed my mind, and I'm going to stick it on this layer instead. Okay, and then I'm going to set that right in the center of this layer here. Okay, so I'm trying to eyeball it from side to side here and from top to bottom. How about like that? I think that's good. Okay, then I need my card base, and I better close this because I have a feeling something's going to get dropped in there, and then I'm going to have blueberry bushel ink all over, and that's not going to make me very happy. All right, so I'm just going to add some glue back here. And then we will put this on the front. So I love this card. I think I chose some pretty good colors for my sponge brayering. And we're not done though, because we need to add some rhinestones. Okay, so now we've got our peacock rhinestones here, and I'm going to use the purple ones because I think they're going to look amazing. Like Melissa said, foil paper and bling. Does it get any better than that? I think not. Okay, this is my Take Your Pick tool. It's got a little end here that's full of putty. This can be replaced. We have extras of those in the catalog. So what you do is you just screw this in, and when it gets tight, you screw it a little bit more. Putty will come out of the tip here, and then you release it until you need new putty. So we are going to start with a large rhinestone, and we're going to put it where? Down here. And then a small one, maybe next to that. And then how about a medium? Come back here, you. Up there. All right. Ooh, yeah. Loving me some purple rhinestones, guys. Okay, let me bring in the rest of my cards. If you're on YouTube, which you'll be on YouTube later when I upload this, please give this video a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel here. If you're on this Facebook Live, like my page so you can be notified when I go live again. It's every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have any questions about signing up, email me, barb@barbstamps.com. I'd love for you to order from me, shoppingwithbarb.com. I do offer free gifts with purchase. And here are our projects for the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. I'm going to try to get them up on my blog in the next couple of days. I always say that, and I don't always seem to do it, but I'm going to try really hard. So you can actually see them again. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.